If you're anything like me, you live quite a mundane, boring life where you literally just work on stuff pretty much. Go to work your job, work on stuff on the side, make a bit of extra money on the side, and go to the gym. And that's mostly your life nowadays, and you don't really have much else going on. Your life's quite boring, quite mundane, and there ain't too much going on. And even me, I get quite bored sometimes as well. And I used to go out quite a bit. I haven't been out for a month nearly now, and I'm not too fussed on going out as much now, maybe when the weather gets better because it's winter time. But I want to speak about that, truly, how mundane and how almost just boring your life is when you just focus on gym and focus on success and focus on like saving money and all this other stuff, because it's a very weird position to be in, truly, when not much is going on in your life and you're just working and working and working. And especially when you're young, you're not going to see as many results as, let's say, when you've put that work in for years and years and years and years, like a lot of guys have seen. And it's quite a weird position to be in, where you're just working and working and you're seeing results, but it's not like insane results, if that makes sense. It's like gradual and gradual and gradual, and it's quite a lonely place to be in as well. It's quite a lonely place to be in. Too many people I know are in this position, man, where they're just lonely and they don't work towards anything, and it's quite sad, really, because there's two sad sides on it, on both of it. There's a sad side where, there's my cat, man, but there's a sad side where you are out all the time drinking, like a lot of people do. You're out all the time drinking, doing those drugs. You just work and do drugs, go out. Like, it's quite normal, especially in my area, in my life, and just in the city I live in. It's literally, you will work all week and then on the weekend go on drugs, get on a bit of coke. That's what it's like in my city, in my area, and that's pretty much the life that a lot of people live. Or they might be at uni and then they might just be going out a load and all this stuff and living that lifestyle, which is quite short-lived. And it's a weird lifestyle, I feel like, especially when you want to achieve stuff and when you want to work to stuff. Because personally, I can't sit there and just be not doing much, if that makes sense. I start feeling like shit, essentially, and I start telling myself, oh, I'm not good enough, I need to work on this, and it's quite a different position to be in when you really think about it. And it's finding motivation. That's what I want to talk about, is finding motivation during these times. Because, for example, this time of the year is grey as fuck. Like, the weather is so grey. I'm not sure if you can see it. Literally the sky, there's no sun in sight, no blue in sight, and it's cold. It's colder months. We're getting out of it now because we're in February, and March in England it starts warming up a tiny bit, and then April and then May is actually getting warm. So we're getting out of it now, but it's quite a grey period, I would say, because all you can kind of do is work and just work on shit, basically. And it's quite a sad period, really, because you're battling a lot of fault, sure, quite lonely, especially if you're just gym success and all this stuff. You're just spending a lot of time by yourself, pretty much. For example, I don't work out with anyone, I like working out on my own. You're spending a lot of time by yourself, and you could become quite insular and to yourself, which is quite a weird position to be in. But the weird thing is, it will pay off, and that's the thing. That's where you got to keep going. It will pay off. So let's say I went out a lot, done a lot of drugs, done a lot of alcohol all the time, let's say every weekend, or I could probably fit it in like at least once a weekend. I would waste a lot of money on that shit, which might be fun here or there. Like, for example, I might go out soon, we'll see though, but especially when it starts getting warmer, I'll go out a bit more. But if I start spending money on all that shit, on the drugs, on the alcohol, on the nights out, going crazy, oh yeah, that was a movie, and then just getting with random girls and all this shit, it'd be fun for a bit, but the money I would have wasted, it wouldn't have been worth it. How I feel after the fact, when I could have helped myself and benefit myself, wouldn't be worth it. I'm not saying here or there, don't go out. Here or there, go out, 100%. I would say a healthy balance would probably be once a month, maybe once every 6 weeks. I'd say that's a healthy balance, once or twice. I'd say when it gets warmer, go out a bit more, just because the weather is nicer and it's more of a community at that time, and it's nicer and there's different things going on, like festivals and all that shit. I'd say go out there. But like this time of year, you just want to stay in and do shit. Like, stay in and work on shit and all that, and it's quite a mundane time of year. But it will be worth it. and that's gonna be a true message, man. It will be worth it. Every time I dedicate and persevere and stay consistent. For example, if you're just working and just working on shit, working on the gym and all that, you're more than likely gonna have more money at the end of it because you're saving more money, you're not going out as much. You're more than likely gonna be in a better position health-wise because you're more healthy, you're focused on your diet, your skin's gonna look better. And then there'll be times and there'll be moments where you will shine. There'll be times and moments where, let's say the weather's nicer, you go out for a few drinks or whatever, you'll be shining then. You'll be in a good position. Let's say you make quite a bit of money, you're gonna be shining then. Let's say you build something and that's doing well, you're gonna be shining then. You're not gonna be to yourself then, and you're gonna have what you've worked for basically. And it might take more time than you think, especially when you're younger. I feel like it takes a lot more time than you think, and it's a lot of battles on a daily basis, but over time it will 100% be worth it. And this is what you got to think, it's that higher level vision that you think of. For example, let's say me working on YouTube stuff and all this is probably going to be getting put on a new channel anyway, because I just want a channel where I can just speak and not edit stuff, and I'll have my other channel where I edit everything and put that out. But when you dedicate towards yourself, the likelihood of me, let's say for example, I could have an experience where I go on holiday for a few weeks, go on holiday with a few people or whatever. I can do that because I've built that money up and the money's there. For example, now I can go on holiday and all that stuff, just gotta find time and all this stuff, but you're able to do that. Let's say you build yourself up to a person where you're able to attract that girl you want, that dream girl you want, that dream relationship you want. Then you're able to go away with her, have a good time with her, make a good experience with her, and enjoy yourself with her, and like enjoy the actual fruits of your labor. That's the thing, that's what's on the other side of you staying consistent and you staying disciplined. The money and all that stuff's good, it's just more so for the experiences and to relieve stress as well from your life, of course. But you have amazing experiences then, and you build yourself up enough, you're able to talk to people, make yourself into a better version of yourself that you're proud of. You're more than likely to get stuff like that. A dream experience with that dream person, making things happen. You're more than likely gonna be more proud of yourself. You're gonna look in the mirror because you've been working on yourself and you've been more disciplined. You're gonna look at your bank account, you have more money because you've been more disciplined. And then there'll be moments where you're able to shine. And that's the thing, that's what you gotta keep in your head, that optimism. Because, for example, today is a great day, great as fuck. I'm gonna go to the gym in a minute, but you gotta keep your head on, man. You gotta keep your head on. You can't just give in and be a pussy and say, oh, I'll give up, oh, and all this, and start turning to drugs and all this shit like a lot of people do, which is quite easy to do. And there's times where you feel like doing that, of course. You gotta keep your head on straight and you gotta keep striving and going, and that's gonna be the true message in this video. Hope you don't got a lot of value. Thanks for all the love, and yeah, there's gonna be another channel as well where I'm just gonna literally think of something and post it. I'm not gonna put any titles, like insane titles. I'm just gonna think of it. I'm not gonna put it in like vidIQ and all this shit where you're able to find what number the title rating is so you get more views. And I'm not gonna just make it about similar content as before. It's just gonna be all different stuff, and I'm just gonna post it. If it gets no views, it's alright. If it gets a few views, that's good. Thank you for watching.